Hello Rejects, we are finally closing in on the start of the pre-order beta period and the lead up to the final launch of Warhammer 40,000 Darktide. Many of you have been with us on this journey, whether participating in the technical test, closed beta, or just by consistently engaging and providing feedback in the community. For that, we are thankful. Darktide will be a better game because of your help. Since the closed beta, the team has been working hard to address many, but not all, issues. Here's what we fixed, along with a few things we're still working on. New in the beta, improved optimization and performance. Added mouse sensitivity. Added the ability to turn off wobble for players with motion sickness. Added the ability to skip the tutorial after initial character creation. We are working on adjusting the sensitivity of the chat filter, so that calling out snipers no longer looks like you're calling your teammates something only Nurgle could love. Please let us know how this is working for you. We've added the meat grinder to the Morningstar's Sikhanium, so you all can test your weapons before going into a mission. Just don't shoot the servitors, they're expensive. We've worked on general connectivity issues, so you all can consistently stay connected to games. We've adjusted the difficulty of the cooling mission, so it is more in line with the other map's difficulty levels. Some work has been done to lighting and to help players better see and identify enemies. We've implemented a new HUD so players can access more transparent information on their teammates. We've increased weapon handling for the veteran sharpshooters' starter weapons, so your reject doesn't handle their weapon like only a heretic would. We've separated enemy tagging input from the smart tagging wheel so players can more easily tag enemies. Malice difficulty has been locked to players until their character reaches level 3. Let's not thin the Morningstar's ranks too quickly. Reject. Players in full strike teams can play the highest difficulty level that at least one party member has unlocked, even if the rest of the team hasn't yet unlocked it. Chaining weapons, specifically push into attacks, should now be smoother. There's been some fine-tuning on weapon swaps, but they depend on the weapon size and weight. For example, switching between a 2H chainsword and a bolter will not be immediate. Switching to melee should always be instant, while ranged weapons have a ready uptime. Tune some dodges and dodge timings. Player stun and hit reactions have been tuned to avoid instances where players could be stand-locked by riflemen. But remember to take cover. Working on, but not in the beta. We are working on how best to implement an end-of-screen scoreboard that rewards the cooperative behaviors we aim for in Darktide's gameplay. We know walking to the mission board every time was a bit of a workout, so we are working on spawning players returning from a mission closer to the board. We are working on a detailed view of weapon stats. Let's face it, launching a game is not easy. More often than not, day one issues will prevent many people from jumping right in. We cannot guarantee our launch will be as smooth as an ogryn's forehead, but our pre-order beta aims to help optimize the launch experience. We plan on doing this by slowly ramping up our service over the next 2 weeks. In practice, this means that joining us on November 17th, you and your friends will pick your class, create your characters, and then dive into 4 missions across 4 zones as several difficulty levels available. We will also give you access to an entirely new zone to explore, Dust. Now, that's not all, Rejects. You will get the whole experience of our training grounds to familiarize yourself with the game mechanics, 60+ weapons to choose from, for random conditions that will impact your in-game experience, from power outages to worse. And we will increase the number of missions regularly. Here's a high-level rundown. Week 1, November 17th to 20th. Full access to the game hub and mission board. 4 changing missions across 4 zones. We will regularly run in-game events, conditions, namely power supply interruption and ventilation purge. We don't want to spoil them too much. We encourage you to experience them for yourself smiling. Week 2, November 21st to 27th. Up to 8 changing missions across 4 zones. In-game events, other surprise additions we do not want to spoil right now. Week 3, November 28th to 30th. Up to 10 changing missions across 4 zones. Downtime to get the game ready for wide release, Tuesday, November 29th, 2022, 1900 hours UTC. November 30th, launch. 13 missions across 5 zones. 1 new zone, we do not want to share his name yet. New conditions, in-game events. We will also deploy hotfixes as we carefully monitor the pre-order beta feedback and respond accordingly. Our goal is to ensure all progression will carry over from the moment you start playing through full release, but we cannot fully guarantee. at this moment. The reason is that we are still using this period to test our progression systems, and we want to reserve the opportunity to change or reset things in the event something unforeseen or critical happens. But we assure you that we will do our best to ensure all your characters and progression carry over. Time to rise, rejects. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Until next time.